Hey everybody, it's Laura, and this is Nutrition Power by Spanbauer. We are finishing up, oh my gosh, it's been like a long, strange trip on the ketogenic diet, and really what is an explanation behind the studies that have been done. We've talked about the limitations. Now let's kind of put that all together, find out what are the pros, the cons, and what the final say is. My shout out today goes to my two girlfriends, Nina and Betty, who are fabulous and very supportive and very strong. So, woohoo, I love those guys. All right, so in discussing the ketogenic diet, we need to kind of stop and say, you know, what happens when somebody starts this particular diet? Well, we have seen significant weight loss initially, and that weight loss can be attributed to water weight. When we remove carbohydrates, we remove that byproduct of water that naturally occurs, and that initial weight loss will be water weight. Once you reintroduce carbohydrates, the weight will come back. It's not the fault of carbohydrates or that carbohydrates are fattening. It's just that they do retain water. So something to keep in mind. If you plan on being on this particular diet, or you find that it's something that you can do for longer than a few weeks, you will start to burn fat as an energy source. But prior to that, it's probably just going to be water weight that you're losing. The studies have shown also that HDL, the good cholesterol, is increased while the triglycerides are decreased. And that's a really good thing to have happen. The thing that probably people don't explain into further detail is that with triglycerides, when glucose is broken down, it's repackaged, I guess you could say, and helps to contribute to the amount of triglycerides that circulate in the blood. So now again, you remove carbohydrates, you're going to affect the triglycerides in the blood. Not to say it's, you know, it's not a bad thing, it's just that that's the explanation behind it. So really any reduced carbohydrate diet would have that effect, or even really a reduced calorie, because it does reflect the calorie intake. The other thing is that the LDL, your low density lipoproteins, that's your bad cholesterol, that has been shown in studies to be elevated due to a ketogenic diet. So you've got good and bad. Another thing is that the decrease in the amount of insulin that is secreted from the pancreas, and also increased glucose sensitivity. And the thing that's, again, explainable, or that you can explain with these particular changes in function, is that when we don't have carbohydrates in the diet, our pancreas isn't going to secrete that much insulin. So yes, it's all interconnected, but with weight loss you will actually see the same exact thing. Another thing to take into consideration with the diet is the lack of fiber. Due to cutting out carbohydrates, carbohydrates are whole grains, fruits, vegetables, beans, and legumes. When we cut those out, or we even cut back on them substantially, we create a deficit in the amount of fiber that's consumed. So that can affect individuals with symptoms of constipation. And studies are now looking at whether or not that chronic constipation associated with very low carbohydrate diets contributes to bowel disease. So that being said, you know, this is kind of like where I wanted to give people the information to hopefully make some sort of decision or choice based on what the science says. So if you are thinking about trying a ketogenic diet, leave a comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are after watching the videos. So I hope to hear from you. Please subscribe. Maybe it's up here. I don't know if it's over there. But please subscribe. And if you have questions that you want me to answer, also put those down below. So thank you. And yeah, I've got a couple more videos coming up, and yeah, we'll be educating across the board. All right. Hey, thanks a lot.